For me tonight, I am so curious of how much of a team player they are. That is something we only find out during games.
Absolutely, Tim. I want to see how this player can fit on an NBA team. Outside of the superstars, you need to find ways to make an NBA roster by working with others and how well you can play in a system. That's what interests me about this My Player build.
With the salary cap and the Supermax being introduced, the amount of money vets cost to have on your team, how vital is it to hit on your draft picks?
It's huge. You look at that Warriors run. They drafted Steph, Clay, Draymond in the second round. That was massive in allowing them to sign Kevin Durant. The biggest thing is draft picks just get paid less, to have controlled contracts. So you have them on your roster, and it opens up cap space, and it's really a giant plus. You get tremendous value out of them when they're good.
And Tim, after that initial 4-year contract for first-round picks, you also can match any offer their first time in free agency. So team control is huge, especially in the current climate with guys constantly moving teams. The NBA setup really helps out the smaller market teams in regards to holding on to their stars early in their careers.
Now here's My Player. Pass to Dort. Fires from deep. Gets a three-pointer to fall.
Yeah, that kind of D, it's just not going to cut it, guys. They've got to get a hand in his face.
Morant, covered by Gilgeous-Alexander. My Player outside. Rebounded by Baisley.
Yeah, his shooting numbers slipping this quarter.
And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing in control.
And the Grizzlies with possession. They trail by 3. Count that bucket.
Sometimes you just wonder, how did Morant see that guy? His vision is special.
And for the Grizzlies, they're looking to build around their new face of the franchise, Ja Morant. I mean, what an addition he's been.
He is clearly the new leader in Memphis, guys, and he's ready to do big things with this team. Morant and the Grizzlies are just getting started, and this roster could be scary in a couple of years.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks and Jaren Jackson Jr. have been tremendous sidekicks for Morant, and they're only getting better, too. They also have a solid amount of veteran leadership on this team, so I like their potential.
To the paint. And they're...
The thing that's going to change people is something that no one will ever be able to capture on film. It'll just be something that you see, and all of a sudden you realize, I'm on the wrong page. Or I'm on the right page, but I'm on the wrong note. And I've got to get in sync with everyone else to understand what's happening in this country.
implement a flood in the street. How your mind made to get a bit of buzz. That I'm saying ain't nobody really doing what he does. I be causing another black till they filling up a tub, so they sweat and they dancing and they pulling out the plugs and on the dance floor to the last breath, to the rug, to the walls. Watch your step. Stop and prep. Stop on the asphalt, hands in the air, get ready for the onslaught. Bounce and shake. Anybody get the floor up. Salute. Soon as you see the Lion Bay walk up, next level everything till we pull your card up. Mommy, let me see you give it.
She got my ribbon in the sky. Everybody is but we shine in the night. Through the night, so fine in the night. Let me see it, give it. Let it flow like a mermaid underwater. Here we go, can you feel it taking over? Flip mode with the law, take the order. Need to take it to the left, shake it like some ice. Call me cold, baby, you be kryptonite. Shake it to the left, take it to the right. On your own runway, nobody know the price. Give me some more. Give me some more.
Let me see you give it.
Give me some more. Give me some more.
Let me see you give
Yeah.
it.
Whenever I see you, I melt, yeah. Feelings like that I haven't felt in a lifetime, it seems these days. You had to go and throw that all away.
Welcome to NBA 2K21. Thanks for tuning into this contest featuring my player. This is an interesting build, so let's see what it's got. And tonight we'll see the Houston Rockets as they go up against the Phoenix Suns. With our analysts Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're ready to check out a My Player build. So what should we look for in this one?
We know about individual skills and where they are, how many points a player is capable of scoring. But for me tonight, I am so curious of how much of a team player they are. That is something we only find out during games.
Absolutely, Tim. I want to see how this player can fit on an NBA team outside of the superstar. You need to find ways to make an NBA roster by working with others and how well you can play in a system. That's what interests me about this My Player build.
All right, so with any new player on a team, you look at his skill set, the stats, and the trends that drive a lot of the expectations for performance. But how much can one rely on that to tell them how a player will function on a new team?
Yeah, well, Blake, this is where I put on my scout and agent cap. I mean, you can look at numbers all you want, but ultimately, you need to see how he plays in person, and that's why we're here.
And not everything can be seen in just one game. Sometimes you need to play multiple games. Try various sets, various plays. Play with the lineups to see exactly where a new piece can fit. There's a lot to consider, really. Tonight's going to be fun.
Pass to my player. Houston with the rebound.
A bit of a struggle for him this quarter scoring the ball.
Gordon outside. To the inside. Here's Wood. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
He is such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And here's Ayton, guarded by Wood. My player from deep. Another miss by my player.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 for 5 from the floor here early.
My player with the block. And he's able to get it back. That one touched the backboard first, and it's ruled a goaltend. Count it.
Well, you got to like the aggressiveness to go after the block, but he got there late, and that one's going to count for 2.
To the middle. And out of bounds, the Rockets will take it.
That is such a careless pass. You got to keep your head in the game.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. So what about a big man that's playing with Chris Paul? I mean, with that pick and roll, seems like a good fit.
I think it would work great, Blake. We know about Chris Paul's long history of success. His bigs over the years, whether it be Tyson Chandler, Blake Griffin, or DeAndre Jordan. And really, I think it comes down to his ability to send accurate passes for either an alley-oop jam or he can set you up perfectly for the pick and pop.
And as a big, you'd have to trust CP3's decision-making on the floor. If you play with patience, CP, he'll find you. He'll reward you.
The Rockets with the lead. Pass to Green. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And it's blocked by Ayton.
An outstanding shot blocker. Ayton understands when to leave his feet.
Back to my player. There's the 3. Goes back up. And Ayton with the layup.
His hard work on the boards gave them another chance at the points there.
First quarter of action and just under 3.5 minutes played. And there's the foul. It's on Bridges. That's his first foul.
Tough break for the D. Took the hit and drew the whistle.
But he was late to get there. The referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
That just stinks. He's going to wake up sore, and it was still a foul.
Now here's Wood. Here's Gordon. Blocked! Let's take the prospect of a big man and pair him with someone like Devin Booker. How would you guys make that a successful duo?
First thing you have to do, set hard screens for Devin. He's such a crafty player. And if you give him just a little bit of space, he can take off.
No doubt, Tim. And I think you want to be proficient in the pick and roll game as well. Since all eyes are usually on Booker, you can get a lot of opportunities if you're able to read defensive coverages correctly.
Now here's Green. Back to Porter. Shot clock at 6. Ayton with the board. Inside. And that one's good. My player.
Boasting a beautiful combination of vision and playmaking ability. Booker's special with the ball in his hands.
Gordon outside. And the play stops. Whistle on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, I just think an illegal screen, it's one of the toughest calls for an official to make.
Yeah, you have to appreciate how difficult a job they have to do when it comes to making calls like that. It's not as easy as people might think.
And the refs in this league just do a great job.
And he's got his first free throws of the night right here. And the first one drops.
First pick in the 2018 NBA draft, and I know there usually comes a lot of pressure with being the top pick, but it's seeming more and more likely that Ayton's going to be a feared big man for years to come.
Baby, this a two-dose, swerving like a meat. She know I love her than me. She think Fat Joe, lean back with the platter. When I pull up to the spot, everybody start to scatter. Try that money automatic. Hey, one static. No, I don't do no average. Watch that when he pocket. Watch, I pull up the pocket rocket. motherfucker talking about ride to stop it. I'm getting man like rock, throw that boy like a wallet. I'm getting this money, I'm poppin'. Baby, I'm handling tacky.
R.I.P. to the weekend and oversleeping, dreaming nothing, playing pretend. I'm overthinking at the stop sign, frozen when that siren goes by. Another I'm avoiding off of wearing and Vine. Eyes open, mouth closed, potholes on the road. People living on that street corner heavy, but it's home. Kobe murals every other block. Pain don't stop, pay no mind. The real evil left unwatched. Sign plastered over Melrose Ave by that long line of where the hood's by. I can't help but get to feeling like the vibes don't match. I try to laugh, but it's muffled by the light white mask. And summertime, I've been losing hope. Fireflies in the winter. While I'm sipping, got me feeling like maybe it's just a game we play to stay alive. Maybe it's just a game we play to survive. Funny it takes the pain away for a while, so I'll stay a while.
Check, yeah. I'm stuck inside this game of life, I'm trying to level up. I call some else, but I'ma turn them to a W. Feel like I'm in the days, I don't even know what's going on. That's much on my brain, I'm just trying to keep my mental strong. I got so much on my mind, I can't even talk about it. Every day feeling like the next, but things go left, I'll be alright. Cause I got me, myself,
maybe
and
it's just a game we play to stay alive.
Sometimes it is.
Maybe it's just a game we play to survive. Funny it takes the pain away for a while, so I'll stay a while. So I'll stay a while. Another dog, another day, another dollar gonna waste. Even when I don't wanna play, I'm still lost inside the game. Another dog, another day, another dollar gonna waste. Even when I don't wanna play, hoping it all makes sense someday. Maybe it's just a game we play to stay alive. Maybe it's just a game we play to survive. Funny it takes the pain away for a while, so I'll stay a while. So I'll stay a while.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us for some NBA 2K21 action. We're here to get a peek at a My Player build, so this should be fun. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the New York Knicks. Hello, everyone. I'm Blake Suniga with our 2K broadcast team experts, Tim Swartz and Brian Banafatemi. You guys excited to get a look at this My Player build?
Of course, Blake. It's one of the things I love about 2K. Working on the old MP. Seeing what you can create tonight will be a great indicator of where he is headed.
And other than hearing our wonderful voices, I think that's my favorite part of the NBA. The videotape, the scoreboard, the stats, they never lie. You have great ratings, but all that matters is whether or not you deliver in games. We see how good your My Player really is.
Well, we are in the midst of the three-point shooting era. Every team wants 4 to 5 people on the court at all times who can hit from long range. How's that affect new players?
The thing is, for guys like my player, if you can't shoot from deep, you better have a good wingspan and play defense. I mean, you better be great at everything else, because with how good NBA defenses have become, that three-point shot is a must for spacing.
It's not just that, Brian. It's almost become a math equation, thanks really to the Houston Rockets. If you don't win the three-point battle, you need to win the turnover or rebounding battle to get more possessions. And you know, in addition, you got to shoot a great percentage from the field. So the three ball has changed everything over the last maybe 5 or so years.
Back to Bagley. And the dunk by Marvin Bagley.
An elite and agile athlete. Bagley can throw it down with ease.
Outside Fournier. My player. Releases from 15.
I don't know. My loss is head. Try to run, try to fly, try to flow. Channels on top of the dress. Baby, you done it, blessed up. Gotta watch how you address us. Playing no games, no dress up. I got an idea. That shit wild night in my hood, y'all getting right here. Got me award nominated before me and shit. Let straight before me and this shit. As a monologue talking to the fuck ordinance shit. I suppose maybe that's what life is. Hey man, you either who yeah, please up, who can, who there, who what, wake up. We want heads up, hey you, system, get some, hey you, they too, yeah you a bad, do the dance, you a ball, get low, not need, boy please, what up, you next, who go, who's that, ring, your number, bling, talk it up, who vote.
Hello, basketball fans. It's NBA 2K21, and we've got a chance to check out the My Player build process and what that's all about. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Hello, everyone. I'm Blake Suniga with our 2K broadcast team experts, Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi. You guys excited to get a look at this My Player build?
Of course, Blake. It's one of the things I love about 2K. Working on the old MP. Seeing what you can create tonight will be a great indicator of where he is headed.
And other than hearing our wonderful voices, I think that's my favorite part of the NBA. The videotape, the scoreboard, the stats, they never lie. You have great ratings, but all that matters is whether or not you deliver in games. We see how good your My Player really is.
One of the latest trends in the NBA, load management. Charting out just what games you'll play over the grueling season.
Well, resting healthy players was really first done by the Spurs last decade, and it's become a very popular thing to do. But I think it works better when you win a ton of games and don't really have to worry too much about making the postseason.
It also puts a spotlight on young legs. Guys like MP who can play every game. They are...
It's harder to tell them apart. The amount need to call them out by name.